Well, guess who's back on YouTube, guys? Sorry, no, excuse me.
Guess who's back on YouTube? MamaMax. Your fraud and your negligence and your cringe will no longer be supported on this website.
That's right, the world's cringiest YouTuber is back. I only really became aware of MamaMax when he was having his big cancellation. I don't really feel like running through all the details, and I presume most of the people watching this video are relatively familiar with this person. But for those who aren't, this guy has made his entire YouTube brand on catching pedophiles. Only problem with that is he fucking sucks at it. He has confirmably faked various details of his stings, or as he would say, he includes half fiction among the truth.
It is half fiction that is parallel to the real story, and then there's just the real story.
So the investigations themselves are real, but obviously the films have fictional elements.
Which is not something you necessarily want to do when doing an investigation into a crime. He's also taken credit for the arrest of a pedophile that he had no involvement in arresting. All of this is very well documented already. Also, and potentially the biggest thing, he's just cringe.
The suffering of his victims should stir us to our core, prompting outrage, action, and a demand for justice.
Like, brother, we all know you don't talk like that. You sound insane. Quick tip, if you want to sound this cringe for some reason, I got you. All you need to do is you need to go for $39. Now, I hate this company. This company sucks, but unfortunately, their audio plugins don't really have any great alternatives. You want to download a Renaissance bass for $40. You set that frequency all the way down here or whatever sounds good. You bump the intensity up a little bit.
And you want to start talking like this.
If that still doesn't get you there, go over to soundtoys.com. Now, this company I do love. This company is actually fantastic. You want to download Little Altar Boy, mess around with that formant a little bit. You know, if you go too far, it's going to be obvious that you're pitch editing your voice, but man, you could maybe pitch it down like a couple points and
all of a sudden, you sound like MamaMax.
Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's take a look at this video that MamaMax uploaded a couple days ago. Speaking up, this is his return to YouTube. He hasn't uploaded since a lot of the drama went down. Let's see what he has to say.
Guys, I just want to talk.
I'm trying to figure out why that was as cringe as it was, and it's escaping me. There's a je ne sais quoi of cringe to what I just saw, and I can't put my finger on it.
But I would like to start uploading again. Now, you've probably heard a lot of different things about me. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not is a challenge.
Yeah, it is, especially when you include
Half fiction.
in your reporting, but you were the only one doing that, my friend.
Mass psychosis is very real, and I'm sure you all can pretty much feel it at this point.
What? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you blaming your YouTube downfall on mass psychosis? Guys, I was doing the Lord's work, but the earth got hit with a case of mass psychosis, and they canceled me. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you kids and your meddling mass psychosis.
But I am not the monstrous villain that I've been caricaturized as. I don't care. I don't care who says I'm doing this for money or clout.
Why do we have an AI-generated image of Jesus being hung upside down over a YouTube logo? What are you trying to say, man?
I don't care who says I'm doing this for money or clout. I have lost that, and I'm still doing this work.
Well, this is the only thing you have. Given that you're not willing to take accountability, your only other option is to plow ahead, keep building the brand you were building, and hope that people forget that you were a colossal fuck-up. I'm gonna spoil the rest of it for you. He kind of just bloviates about how important the mission is and talks a lot about, child pedophilia and sex trafficking is such a big issue, which it is. It's a huge issue, and it's an issue I don't think gets enough attention. attention. I just wouldn't want this to be our mascot, you know? That's going to make people care less about it. They're going to make it makes it look like it's all a fraud when you're inserting half fiction into your reportage. Now, this MamaMax stuff got me thinking a little bit about the ethics of doing content like this, because I am not the type of person who believes that doing content like this and making a living off of it is inherently bad. Here's the question I'm trying to get at. When is virtue content exploitative? That brings me to another major creator I've been thinking about. His name is... Now, Vitaly has been exploding over on Kick, doing predator stings. Now, listen, I love a good predator sting. We all love seeing the most deplorable among us have justice delivered to them. Vitaly's predator stings really take things up a notch from what we've seen before. And there is some legitimate entertainment value to these things. I mean, these are some pretty huge streams. Okay, so what's the problem? Well, the problem is that they're fake.
They did not tell me that the pedophiles were fake, right? Just to be clear. So in my brain, even to this day, I was always under the impression that they were real. A lot of viewers are giving feedback that it's scripted and staged and they're fake pedos, right? And my first thought was, why would anybody ever subject themselves to this where it's going to live on a platform
just to
forever?
be with Vitaly and you.
So that's what everybody was saying, right? They're like, what do you mean?
Those reactions that they had on camera being slapped, if I didn't see a police officer and I just saw you and Vitaly and a guy with a streaming phone, I would have been like, fuck out of here and run.
There was a fake pedophile.
I think there's a couple big issues here. The first one primarily would be that you may dilute the efficacy of real predator stings we come across on the internet, which could lead to legitimate cases getting less attention. But I think there's another layer of ethical concern here, which is our experience as the viewers. Human viewership has always had a strong craving for public executions, whether it's the guillotines or canceling someone or Lil Pump serenading a pedophile on stream. Those are events that we as the public enjoy being privy to. We enjoy engaging with that content. Now, in these over-sensationalized Vitaly fake stings, we're in these MamaMax half-fiction journalistic exploits. I feel as though we're having something triggered in our brains as viewers that tells us we are a part of a social movement that is doing something really good, when in fact we're doing nothing and we're probably actually only causing harm by engaging with this. I'm reminded of a TV show called 11/22/63, which is based off of a Stephen King book. Basically, James Franco finds some magic closet where he goes into it and it transports him back to 1963. And he fucks around a lot, and a lot of Stephen King shenanigans happen. Well, there's a scene in that series where a black woman is denied service at a gas station by the owner, and James Franco walks up in a big huff and curses out the owner and fills up the lady's gas tank or whatever. You know, they kind of exchange a look of, where she's like, "Oh, you're one of the good ones." I remember watching this years ago and feeling like there was something a little off about this. And I figured out what it was. This scene has no bearing on the plot at all. I feel as though it only exists to make white viewers feel like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, if I was transported back to 1963, I would do the same thing. I would go up and cuss out racist gas station owners. I would feel good about myself the way James Franco does right now. When in reality, if you were born in 1963, you probably wouldn't. And how do I know that? Because generally speaking, most people didn't. It's a lot more elucidating and a lot more scary to think about just how racist you might be if the circumstances of your upbringing were different. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, I think this type of media is kind of allowing us to have little self-righteous dopamine hits triggered off in our brain, and I think that is can be damaging to actually causing real good in the world. Now, I'm not saying that content centered around justice and taking down bad people is bad. I think it's good.
However,
people who are trying to make themselves the center of a cause without actually doing real work often disguise their narcissism by saying that their goal is to raise awareness. Virtue content that yields zero real-world results, I think, breeds complacency. Additionally, it is cringe. Don't support YouTubers who make themselves the center of an important cause without actually doing anything. Support the ones who actually do something, or support nonprofits. Support things like Hope for Justice. If you're going to give money to a cause, try and make sure to the best of your ability that there's a decent amount of certainty that they're actually doing good things. I'm a little annoyed with the way I'm wrapping up this video because it kind of just sounds like I'm saying, oh, do your research and let's be good people, everybody. What a hot take. So I'm going to try and correct my image a little bit by just posting something a little unhinged at the end of this. Yeah, have a good day.
Buzz, we missed the truck. We're not aiming for the truck.